Welcome everyone. Here's the new update for version 0.34. The latest release that should have been out on Steam this morning, I believe. This afternoon. We have a bunch of new updates for you. Lots of bug fixes and lots of new features. So let's begin. So first off, the movers. So in order to get movers, you go over to option 6, which is moving targets. This used to be empty, but now we have a bunch of stuff in here. So in order to make something move, you have to place a start and end position. So the mover starts, so if you drop 1, and let's say I want to drop something from here, and then I pick the mover end, I want it to end maybe over there. And in order to have something move from here to here, you need to link this two. So in order to link it, you will use the activation mode as well. So, but in order for this mover to start, you also need to activate it. So I'm just going to drop a popper here. And I will go over to activation mode, F3, and I'll just select this and say activate this mover, and then this mover will move from here to here, and you can see that it's marked by a green line instead of a yellow line. So now if I go to simulation mode and you can't see anything because I hide the icons, but if you go over to, let's say, editing mode, and I drop in maybe 2 uspsa targets, and I want basically these 2 uspsa targets from here to here when you hit the popper. And in order to do that is you basically use the grouping feature. So you go to F4 and you click on the start icon here, and you group whatever objects you want to move to it. So now you have both these targets grouped to this start icon. So if you go to simulation mode and if I shoot this popper, you see that the 2 targets move. So you can make it move anywhere. So for instance, if I move this N icon over here, and now it's going to move from here to here if I shoot it. So I go to simulation mode and I shoot it. You see that it moves over there. Pretty cool feature, huh? So next thing too, I also implemented the sliders, the hanging sliders. So if you go over to 6 and you go to maybe a moving target frame, for instance, let's say I have a frame that goes from here, and then I clone this and I move it over to, let's say, over here. And I want a hanging target to move from here to here. So I go over to 6 and I say, maybe I use uspsa moving target uspsa double, option 6. I'll just place it up here. Okay, and then I'll drop a mover down here, and I want this mover to move from here over to here, like that. Okay, go over to activation mode, connect this to that, connect the popper to this to activate it, and then go over to grouping mode, connect this to that. So now when I go to simulation mode and start, you see that, oops, the target moves over there, like that. It's pretty challenging to try and shoot that on the move, isn't it? So yeah, so that's basically the movers and sliders. Let's look at some of the prop. Let's say the the Targets USA Revolver prop is under Steel. So if you go over here, you see a bunch of interesting stuff over here. Oh, actually it's under uspsa. So under option 1, scroll over to the end, you see option 2 is a USA Target Revolver prop. This is a very convoluted prop. Basically, when you activate it, you start to spin and you're supposed to shoot the targets. Actually seeing somebody shoot this once, which is pretty intimidating. So go over to activation mode, link this to this. Now if I go to simulation mode and I shoot it, it will start to spin like that. So, you know, kind of fun, huh? And then what else do I have? I have under Steel, you see there are red swingers, the red stitch target swingers, the single swinger, the left and right swingers, and the way they do this is they usually put a barrel in front of it, so I can drop a barrel maybe like this, right? And then if I set it to activation mode, I can activate this activates this. And when you go to simulation mode and I shoot it, you see it starts to swing like this, and you know, it just basically barely shows you the target, and you can just get to shoot it off if you like. And obviously we have the double ones too if you want, like that, and then the 5, 9, like that too if you want. I know it's a bunch of stuff here, it's just getting really convoluted, but you know, cool, right? You get to shoot all these funny things. So yeah, like that. pretty cool. This was actually requested by one of our early testers. So if you have any prop suggestions, just let me know and I'll bring them in game. The other simple one is the roof structure. So if you go to miscellaneous and you see option 8, which is the 3-gun roof, you can drop it off here. And basically it's one of those targets where you can climb up. You know, you climb up and you shoot from it. So most of you who are in 3-gun or have shot rifle before, you've definitely seen this prop before. And the last bit is essentially the maximum frame rate setting. This is pretty straightforward. Go over the menu and go to settings here. And you can set your maximum frames per second. It's default at 60. You can drop it on 30 if you want, or you can go to 240 if you have a high-end graphics card. But it basically sets your upper limit. So, and you will not go beyond this. So for instance, if you have a very powerful graphics card and if you set it to max FPS at 60, your graphics card will never be 100% utilized. So it would, you know, stop the fan from running, maybe make your machine more quieter and cooler and stuff like that. So it's up to you whether you want to use this or not. Yeah, so that's it. So those are the new enhancements in version 0.34 and a bunch of bug fixes. You can take a look. If you look at the message today, you see all the new bug fixes here. Hopefully I've fixed some of the issues that some of you have found, especially the target counting and scoring. So if you go over to the stage briefing, you'll notice that if you change your targets per, before, if you set to 1, you see the round count is 0. So there was a bug in a calculation, but I fixed that right now. So now this is fixed. So yeah, that's it. So this is 0.34. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's available on Steam now if you have not seen the update already. And again, please do give me feedback. Go over to the menu, go to settings, go to provide feedback. Give me some feedback, you know, feature suggestions, whatever it is you need here. And if you want me to reply you, just put in your email address and I'll send you a message once I've made the fix. Thank you all so much and have a great time. See you on the range.